Zach here, and welcome back to the 7th episode of Cooking with Zach Live. And as usual, I'm just going to take a minute for everyone to get inside the broadcast. And this is actually my first time using I'm actually going to be broadcasting twice at the same time, Periscope and YouNow, I think? Yeah, YouNow. And I just want to kind of take a few minutes and just to talk about my experience on the show. So, inside the last episode, I had a really amazing time. The first one was a blindfold mystery box challenge, believe it or not. And we had to recreate a dish that the judges made. It was a beautiful pan-seared chicken breast with some garlic, rosemary mashed potatoes with a marsala red wine mushroom sauce with some green beans and turnips. And I was so close from getting into the top 3, but that's okay. I screwed up the protein. And so the next challenge, we actually had to do a VIP dish for all the grandmas. And my team that I was in, we did this amazing inspired Mexican dish, and it was so good. Alright guys, and I just wanted to wish you all a happy holidays. I hope you had an amazing holidays. And I just wanted to kind of talk about what's going on with mine. So my holidays were amazing. I had my cousins over. It was such an amazing time. I ended up getting a PS4, which was really, really fun. And I hope you guys had an amazing holiday with all your families. And also, Happy New Year. And, this kind of broadcast is inspired by that, your New Year's resolution. I want your guys' New Year's resolution to start cooking. Just to get inside the kitchen, start cooking, be experimented. And believe it or not, I have an amazing recipe for you guys to start cooking. It's a delicious pan-seared steak with some roasted potatoes and carrots with a little mushroom puree. Now this is so simple, so delicious, and the best part about it, it's seasonal. I mean, it's the fall, it's so good. Well, it's actually winter, but everything's still seasonal, okay? And you know what? It's a really great dish for if you're having parties over, having guests over, anything like that. So it's so delicious. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to be doing is our little roasted potatoes and carrots. So here I have kind of like my multicolored, beautiful mini potatoes. And this presentation on the dish is beautiful, so that's why it's so amazing to have it for like a guest party or something. So I already kind of washed these potatoes a bit, and then what we're going to do is we're going to chop them into good kind of slices. So that way we can dice them up into matchsticks and then put them into our cubes. Now about 2 weeks ago, while I was playing a tennis tournament, I actually ended up doing a pretty bad fall and hurt my left hand. I sprained it pretty badly. So that's why I'll probably be a little slower with everything today, but that's okay. Okay, so nice little cubes like that. Now that was a little on the small side, but that's okay. So I'm going to make these just a little bit bigger. And now the best part of this is that now you don't have to cut these so small. But what this does, it's going to add this beautiful presentation, and it's going to impress your guests so much. Okay.
Is your wrist getting better?
Yeah, my wrist is getting better. Before, when I actually fell, I couldn't even move my fingers, and I was like, oh my god, did I break it? But now it's okay. I still can't really lift stuff, but it's much better. Thanks for asking.
Okay. Welcome to YouNow, Zach.
Welcome to YouNow. Yeah, I actually decided to YouNow from a fan that posted a comment on my Instagram. I'm like, Facebook. And what's YouNow? And then we kind of looked it up and we thought it was a really great way to kind of do 2 broadcasts at once. And thanks to my mom, who's recording it right now. Okay, so I'm going to do another one of these small potatoes. And like I said, this is completely optional. It's going to take a little bit of time for chopping, but it's so worth it because it's going to add this beautiful presentation. Alright, so once again, it's going to slice those into slices. And please be careful, always tuck your fingers in like that. One there, move that over. Another one there.
Comment. Wow, burning yourself and now spraying.
Alright, I just got a comment from YouNow. Burning yourself and now on the spraying. I gotta be more careful. Okay, so like I said, just gonna go across like that, and this is so optional. You could just like roughly chop these and cook them inside the oven for a little longer. And I already have my oven preheating at 375 degrees. Okay, So that should be enough. I don't need too many. I actually do a little extra just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to cut the ends off, and once more, go like that. And if you guys have any questions, please almost cut myself again. Please feel free to ask me now, and if I miss them, really sorry, but I'll be happy to answer them at the end of the cooking demo. Okay, so we're going to do our little matchsticks, and like I said, I mentioned this takes time, but it's really worth it.
Did you see the movie Burnt? Was it great?
Burnt.
It's the chef movie.
The chef movie. No, I actually don't think I saw that, but I'll definitely take a look at that. It was supposed to be good, but I just never ended up watching it. Okay. So, potatoes aside, and then just gonna kind of carefully do that. And the trick to doing this is to make sure that you have multicolored potatoes. It's just better presentation. And so, the key to making sure that these roast really nice and they taste so delicious is butter, not oil. Because what we're going to do is we're going to melt some butter, and then we're going to be tossing these with some really delicious kind of lemons and lime and salt and pepper. So it's going to be really, really, really good. Okay, so this is my last kind of colored potato. I'm going to try to put it up a bit. And then this will be the last one. And I'm just going to go across. And once more like that. Okay, I'm just going to push that aside. And then I'm going to do my little matchstick and go into cubes. Alright, that's done. So I'm just going to kind of keep this kind of stationary on my cutting board because I don't want all the colors to get mixed up when I roast them. And now here I have my cleaned and peeled carrots, not potatoes. I don't think this is a potato. So once again, we're going to do this in cubes. And now to do this, this is also a really great way to julienne them. So to do that, you cut that in half, and then you just kind of do long strips. And then now you cut them into your matchsticks. And then you just, now these are really great julienne, and then just chop them into your cubes. And now the best thing about cutting them a little smaller is that, yeah, it takes a little bit more work, but they cook so quickly in the oven. So if you ever forget something and you have a lot of guests coming over or a hungry family, you can just quickly kind of dice these up really small and roast them in like 10 to 15 minutes and they're good to go. And they taste really good. Okay.
Luke said your tip about the onions really worked, about the knife being sharp.
I just got a comment from Luke, and he said that my tip about the knife sharp, about the onion, how you don't cry because of the sharp knife works. So thank you for that. I actually discovered that the hard way, and because when I started cooking, my mom started to teach me, and she's like, we're going to chop some onions, and I was crying, why are you making me chop onions? You're just going to make me hurt my eyes, and then that's how I figured that out by doing a little bit of research. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed that tip.
Can you re-mention the tip? What was the tip?
So the tip is, like, everyone for onions, when they usually cut them, they end up crying, like their tears go out. So the key to doing that is actually having a dull knife. And that's the reason why. So if you have a nice sharp knife like mine, you actually won't cry when you cut your onions. So you definitely got to give that a try. Boom, there we go. Alright, so I have my very organizedly kind of thing here. And then here I have my secret ingredient, butter. And I'm just going to grab some out. And I'm actually just going to microwave this. Believe it or not, microwave. And I'm just going to put some, I'm just going to do a little extra to be on the safe side. And I'm just going to pop this in the microwave for about 20 seconds, and I'll be right back. Alright, so our butter's melting, and then now what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of try to individually do these. So we're going to do this in two separate bowls. So here I have all my potatoes, because those are kind of be mixed together when I plate them. And then we're also just going to be doing our carrots separately, and we're going to be roasting them on separate sides of the pan so we know which ones are which. Alright, so, whoa, messy today, but that's okay. Alright. Just give that a toss, and then I'm going to go grab my butter.
Who are your favorite chefs?
My my favorite chefs are definitely Gordon, all the judges, but then I also really like Thomas Keller, and there's a bunch of Michelin chefs that I've absolutely loved. Okay, so here I have some of my butter. I'm going to pour half in there, not too much. You don't want to obviously go a little overdose on the butter. Okay, so just give that a quick toss till they're all really nicely coated. Now you always got to make sure that you season.
Adam joined in.
Oh, Adam. Hey, Adam, what's up? Alright, so that's seasoned up really good. Let's come in and take a look at that. Come here and let's see this. Okay, so the butter is like really nicely coated, and then you can kind of see the pepper strands. That's exactly what you want. Now, you always make sure that you season every element of your dish. Okay, so next, now we're going to put in our carrots inside our bowl here. And like I said, the reason why I'm doing them separately is how you want to plate them, because the plating on this is absolutely beautiful.
Tell us about the Celebrity Chef Master Showdown that's coming up in 2 weeks.
Ooh, the Masterchef Celebrity Showdown. That is a good one. It's like amazing. So basically what it is, it's a showdown between me, Amaya, and Addison versus the 3 champions, Luca, Christine, and Claudia. And it is absolutely amazing. So you guys definitely got to tune into that. It's going to be an awesome, awesome episode. Alright, so we got this seasoned up. And then I'm just going to grab my pan. Alright, so here I have my pan that move that over. So here I have my pan that was lined with parchment paper. And then I'm just going to take a spoon, and I'm just going to kind of line these out on that parchment paper. I'm going to be cooking these on separate. Now I know this pan looks gigantic for the tiny little carrots and for the tiny little amount of stuff I have, but that's okay. I'll be eating these after off camera. Okay, so that's going to go to the other one, and kind of spread that out. And since these are so small, they're going to cook really, really quick, so I'm going to pop these babies in the oven for about 15 minutes, we'll say.
You now comment. It's Chris from Instagram. You're so amazing. You're so good at cooking.
I just got a comment from Chris from You Now Instagram. You're so awesome. You're good at cooking. Thanks. I don't really know. I don't know how to answer all these because it's just so touching, and you guys have been like awesome for supporting me. Everyone on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for you guys. Alright guys, so the next element to our delicious dish is our little mushroom puree. So here I have some portobello mushrooms. It doesn't really matter what kind. You could use cremini, shiitake, anything works. And we're just going to chop the ends off. And this puree is so delicious. It has this beautifully earthy flavor, and it is to die for. Okay.
Would you be afraid of Gordon if you went to Hell's Kitchen?
Would I be afraid to Gordon if I went to Hell's Kitchen? I don't really know. I mean, I don't really know how Gordon would be, but I just wanted to say that Gordon is a really, really, really nice guy. He helps you so much when like he comes and talk to you. So Gordon is a really nice guy. Okay, so like I said, just gonna chop the ends off these mushrooms. I'm gonna do a little extra because when you puree them, you have to have extra so it purees it properly. Rather than if you only have like 2 mushrooms, it's not even gonna blend it properly.
How was it cooking on the Masterchef kitchen?
How was it cooking on the Masterchef kitchen? Just got a question. The kitchen there was absolutely amazing. Like, I know they say it's like amazing, the pantry's amazing, which it is. But once you get there, you don't realize how amazing it truly is. The equipment is absolutely insane. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of slice these up. And then just go over to the side. Okay, so I'm going to slice up all these mushrooms. I know it seems like a lot, but the mushrooms actually have a huge water content, which means that when you cook them inside the pan, a bunch of water is going to release and the mushrooms are going to shrink. So whenever you're dealing with mushrooms, you always want to cut and use more than you actually think. Alright, there we go. And I'm just going to finish chopping these up. And you can find the recipe this to my blog. And to get to my blog, you gotta check out my website, zach-carr.com. And it has some really, really cool recipes on there. Some of my favorite steak recipes, a beautiful tuna dish, and you guys definitely gotta check that out. Alright, so I'm almost done chopping these. And you know, the best thing about this dish, it's so delicious, and it's only 3 simple elements. But once you see the final dish, you'll honestly think it was like 20, because it's so simple. But the thing is, it's all about plating, and it's gonna look so good. Okay.
There's a you now comment. Who's a better cook, you or your mom?
Alright, you got a comment from you now. Who's a better cook, me or my mom? No offense to my mom, but I think my mom has been saying lately that I am a better cook, even though she's been cooking for quite a while. No offense here, but I think I might just gone off the edge. But my mom is a really, 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 really good cook.
Another you now comment. When did you start cooking? Do you have any plans of having your own restaurant?
I just got another comment from you now. Sorry. When did you start cooking, and do you have plans of opening your own restaurant? I started cooking, believe it or not, just on the 2-year mark when I got inspired from the show, and I definitely want to open my own Michelin restaurant when I grow up. Alright guys, let's head on over to our pan, and we're going to start sauteing our mushrooms. Alright, so here I have probably the most bright pans you could possibly buy inside a store, which I love. And we're just going to turn these on medium to high heat. And you really want to caramelize these onions. You want to get a bunch of flavor. You want to develop the caramelization, all the sweetness, and it's going to be so good. Okay, so here I have my peanut oil, and I'm just going to add some inside our pan.
Emily from Kitchenasium says she's watching you all the way from Hollywood Studios, I think.
Hollywood Studios? That is awesome. Alright, so I'm just going to add our mushrooms right in there. Now, I know it looks like I'm using quite a big, small pan for this. Now, you could use a little bigger pan, but that's okay. So I'm just going to grab the rest of these mushrooms and put them right in. And just give these tops. Oops. And I'm just going to add just a little bit more oil to these, and these are going to heat up really good.
Chris from Instagram is asking you, do you have any advice for auditioning for Masterchef?
Any advice for auditioning for Masterchef, just got a comment. You know what? This is my honest and true advice. When you should definitely go audition for Masterchef. Be yourself, go out there, have a great personality, and just show off all your skills. You gotta own it. So when you get there, I would advise anyone to audition for Masterchef. I mean, it's really amazing, and I would definitely go. Just go there, be yourself, and show your true personality and show off your skills. That's my advice. Alright, so I'm just going to give these a little toss, and these are starting to cook up really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to season these with a little bit of salt and pepper. There we go. Alright, let's bring the hand back over here and start prepping our steak.
Who's your favorite adult Masterchef champion?
Ooh,
Mine is Claudia.
My favorite Masterchef champion. That's a tough one. Probably Claudia. You know, she was a really, really amazing cook. She's also the most current Masterchef winner. And every year they just get better and better. So she's definitely my favorite. Okay, so here I have my filet mignon. It's actually a sirloin, believe it or not. And what I did was I just took a cookie cutter and I just went a gigantic hole, and then I used my knife and trimmed around it. Now this is so optional. I just did it because it obviously just looks better. Now here I have my glove. Obviously, you don't want to be going and washing your hands during the broadcast. And we're just going to season it up with some salt and pepper on all sides. So salt there. And boom. And now I really also got a cool trick for you guys. See all this leftover pepper? You want to just take your steak and just scrub all of it. You don't want to miss any of it. So your steak has nice good flavor. A little bit more salt. And that's all seasoned up. And we're actually going to start to cook our steak after our mushrooms are done sauteing.
Okay, did you get to hang out with Claudia? Did you get to hang out with Logan when he was on Masterchef Junior?
No, we actually didn't even know he was coming. It was a huge surprise. Like, when he came in, we were all in shock because just to see a winner like that was amazing. Alright, we're going to take a peek at our mushrooms. Alright, those are sauteing up really good. See how much they've already shrunken? Before our pan was about to overflow, but now they're really, really good. And it's looking a little low on oil, so I'm just going to add a little bit. And now the key thing to doing this puree, like I said, you want to get that beautiful caramelization to it, and then we're going to be adding our heavy cream and using a hand blender to do that.
Do you know who Giada is?
Do I know who Giada is? Yeah, I actually watch the Food Network a lot. Bobby Flay, Gordon. I watch Top Chef, Masterchef, obviously, and Food Network. I basically have every single cooking show according to my TV, believe it or not. Okay, so we're just going to give those another toss. And you see, I'm basically already done. We got our potatoes and carrots in the oven. These are sauteing, and our steaks are already trimmed and seasoned. I mean, this is such an easy, simple dish. It's an amazing thing to do, like I said, for your New Year's resolution. So start cooking. Just get in the kitchen, and like I said, this is an amazing recipe to start, and I'll be posting this on my blog later.
There was a question. Hopefully, I got it right. The kitchen in Masterchef Junior seemed really quiet when you're working. Was it quiet or was it noisy? Oh, here, Zia's got it.
On the stove, the kitchen seemed quiet with everyone cooking, but was it really noisy when you're there for real?
I just got a question from you now. Was the kitchen quiet was the kitchen noisy while you're cooking noisy because it seemed quiet? Well, the kitchen at the Masterchef was obviously noisy. I mean, you got like 10 amazing chefs cooking. You got the burners, you got the knife chopping, food processors. So, you know what? Yeah, it was a little noisy, yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to do a little saute. Sorry, quick pause. And look at that, come here. So these are starting to cook down. It smells amazing in here. And I'm just going to stir that around. And now these are starting to saute. And then now what's going to happen is all this water is going to come out of the mushrooms. And then that's when you want to cook them out. And it's going to be really, really good.
Hey, Zach, it's not clear. Picture is blurry.
The picture is blurry. I really don't know why the picture is blurry. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi, but I don't think so because my last broadcast, I made sure that you got like the good proper phone and the Wi-Fi and the data all set up. So
tell them to go to You Now. You Now is good. Ask if You Now good?
If the You Now feed is better.
Yeah.
Is the You Now feed better or is it Periscope? So just let me know.
Nope. It says Alex says the picture on You Now is really good.
All right. So the pictures. I think that's just the Periscope thing. I don't really know because someone.
Alex.
Alex just said that the feed on You Now is good. So that's really weird. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so quick pause. And it smells delicious.
What are your favorite desserts?
Ooh, my favorite dessert, my all-time favorite dessert is definitely chocolate cake. Now, believe it or not, when I was a kid, I used to love vanilla cake. Vanilla was my thing. Chocolate was kind of like not my thing. But then eventually, my family converted me to chocolate. Why? Because on my birthday, I always used to get vanilla cake and they used to hate it, but now I'm a chocoholic, so I love that. Okay. Alright, so these are really starting to saute up, and then what I'm going to do is turn the temp down all the way to low, and I'm just going to add some heavy cream. Now, I'm obviously not going to use all of this, hopefully.
Hold on a second.
Alright. And what you want to do is just want to let that kind of cook down just a little bit.
You now question, what's your favorite food?
I just got a You Now question from Christopher. What's my favorite food? And I say this every Periscope and every broadcast. I'm a meat guy, so my favorite food is definitely a burger and some delicious pasta. That's definitely kind of like my favorite comfort food. Alright, so this is starting to reduce a bit, and we're just going to let the heavy cream reduce just a little bit. And now the key to making any good puree is to taste, constantly be tasting, adding more seasoning. But the real trick to make sure that you get this beautiful glossy puree is heavy cream. And what it's going to do is you just finish it with the heavy cream because it makes it so glossy and make sure that it's nice and smooth. Okay.
Another you now question. What's the first fancy dish you ever cooked?
I just got a question from you now. What's your first fancy dish that you ever cooked? That would definitely have to be, when I first started cooking, my mom taught me, and then I went on to do my online culinary school, which I'm still doing, and my goal was to cook a 3-course meal. And so the first fancy dish I ever cooked was a beautiful chicken thigh that I broke down the chicken, and then it was with this homemade stock with almonds and then this beautiful brown rice, and it was so delicious with some roasted tomatoes. So that was definitely my first real kind of fancy upscale dish, and it was delicious.
A lot of fans and you now are saying that they're becoming your fans as we speak. So better say thanks.
A lot of fans and you now are, just got a question from that. A lot of fans and
there's a statement. They're just thanking you.
Okay. Well, I just want to say thanks to you guys. I'm really, really, really thankful for all your support. You now, Periscope, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And YouTube. I couldn't be more happy that you guys are constantly supporting me. And I'm really, really thankful. And, I just started you now, and I'm surprised that I'm getting, all the support, so I'm really, really happy. Okay, so these are basic, let's take a look at this. See, our heavy cream is kind of reduced, and it's infused with the mushroom, so that's good, and we're going to set that aside. Oh, just had a technical difficulty. One sec. All right. Okay. Let's just say filming 2 things at once is very hard. Alright, so let's take a look at our little our little carrots and potatoes.
Emily says you're a Masterchef rock star.
You're a Masterchef rock star. Thanks so much. Okay, turn our timer off before it starts going crazy. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's better. Oh, sorry. Alright, so as you can see, potatoes are...
Alex, can you please get that question? Can you say that question from Alex?
For Alex, could we ever do a cooking class where we cook along with you? If you gave us the ingredients list and we cook with you?
That's my idea.
That was actually an idea by my mom, so you know what? Yeah, I could actually try to figure something out to do that for you guys. That's actually what I've been wanting to... It was actually my mom's idea, so I'm definitely going to have to look into that and see what I can do. And so just check out my social media handle.
Just tell them to email you.
Or you can just email me at zach@zach-kari.com, or you can take a look at my Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and I'll be definitely, if I can get it done, I will be definitely posting something about that. Alright, so I'm going to set our timer for another 5 minutes, and we're just going to finish our little mushroom puree. Alright guys, so let's head on back over there. Alright, so here I have my mushrooms, and I'm just going to put them inside a pan. See how little there is, and I chopped a lot of mushrooms, because they just reduce, and it's going to be really, really yummy. Okay, so here I'm putting them into my little cup that I'll be blending them with. Now you could use a blender or like a food processor or anything, but the thing is that for such a little amount, it might not blend it properly, and it's not going to get that smooth consistency you want. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more heavy cream to that. And now here I have my hand blender, and I'm just going to blend that up.
What are you making? A question from you now.
What am I making? Question from you now. It's my New Year's resolution dish. It's a pan seared steak with a mushroom puree and roasted potatoes and carrots. Okay, so here I have my sauteed mushrooms with my heavy cream, and please be careful with this. Alright, so we're just gonna... There we go. A little bit more. Okay,
Chris
so
said
that's,
thank you for following him on Instagram and talking to him on direct message.
it's actually my pleasure. I mean, I love talking to all of you guys. It's honestly a privilege that I have so many fans, and I try to answer back as many as I can, but it's a lot to handle. But I'm trying as hard as I can, like I said, to answer as many as I can. Okay. And I'm just gonna give it a little bit more stir. It's kind of still kind of chunky, that's okay. So I'm just gonna blend that up once more.
Let's just see it first.
Yep, just see that first before we blend it. See, it's actually kind of smooth, but it needs to be a little bit more smoother. Okay, just gonna blend it.
What's your favorite cheese?
My favorite cheese. Before it used to be mozzarella, and then it evolved to cheddar. And then I used to hate Gruyere cheese, but now that's definitely my favorite. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at that. Oh, that's almost ready to go. Just needs, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add like a little drop of heavy cream. I don't think that was a drop, but it's close enough. Okay. And there we go. Just going to blend it. Look at that. There we go. Now that, my friend, is what I call ginger. That is delicious. Alright. Just gonna get all that goodness. And that's done. So let's take a look at it.
A question from you now. What's one kitchen gadget you could not live without?
The one kitchen gadget I could not live without. That would definitely have to be my knives, and that's probably the most important thing inside the kitchen because you can't do anything else. I mean, you could find a way to cook on a pan or anything, but this is definitely the one thing I could not live without.
And one more. What inspired you to start cooking?
What inspired me to start cooking? Believe it or not, it was the first season of Masterchef Junior, and believe it or not, I used to hate to cook, and I just used to eat the food, but now I actually absolutely love cooking, and that's how I kind of got inspired, and that's why I auditioned for the show. Alright, so it's getting that stir, and then that's good to go. So I'm just going to take a look at our little roasted potatoes and carrots. Let's go.
It's okay, go on.
Alright, let's take a look. Oops. That seems to be just about done. Nice kind of color on potatoes and carrots. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to move back a bit. You don't want to get burnt. Alright, and that's good to go.
Just go on Twitter. Oh, it's okay, forget it.
Alright, so here I have my pan, and I'm just going to start heating that on our steak.
Do you know who Laura Vitale is?
Yeah, I actually do. Great Italian food. I know who she is. I just haven't really watched many of her videos, but I do know who she is.
Chris from Twitter joined.
Just got one of my friends from Twitter, Chris. I just want to say thanks for joining and thanks for your support. I want to thank everyone for all your support. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Twitter, Instagram, all this, Facebook, everyone there has been amazing.
Alex, from you now, we should get you to play Cut Their Kitchen with you one day.
We should get to play. I just got a statement from Alex from you know. We should get you to play Cut Their Kitchen. That's a good one, Now I think of it, I actually be pretty good on Cut Their Kitchen. I'm pretty resourceful. Alright, so we're gonna turn this pan on medium to high heat and just get a really nice good sear on that. And then I'm gonna add my peanut oil in.
Another question from you now. Did you ever take a cooking class before or teach one from Christopher?
I just got a question from you now. Did you ever take a cooking class or teach one? I actually haven't. The only really culinary instruction I got was at the beginning from my mom, but then the rest of it was just from my online culinary school. And I watch a ton of YouTube videos, and I watch a lot of cooking shows on the TV. Alright, so that's heating up, and I'm just going to stir that around. And I'm going to grab my steak.
From Luke on You Now, how would you describe your style of cooking?
Just got a question from Luke on You Now. How would you describe your style of cooking? I actually don't really have a particular style of cooking, believe it or not. I kind of do like a global modern cuisine. I can cook anything, American, Italian, Chinese, like anything I would be able to cook. So I don't really have an exact style of cooking that I would fall back to. Okay, so here are my steak, and now it's going to cook really fast because it's kind of thin. So it's definitely going to depend on how long. Alright. Beautiful.
Did you see, I have to do that one.
From Alex, do you research your recipes or make your own? And will you make a recipe book one day?
My recipes, I do a lot of experimenting inside the kitchen. Now, I do more stuff in the kitchen than you would expect me to, believe it or not. I'm always cooking every day. I'm in the kitchen experimenting. So yeah, hopefully one day I can come up with my own kind of cookbook. Alright. Alright, so.
The recipes are on your blog.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you guys, I have the recipes. I actually have a blog with all the recipes from my Periscope, which I will be posting. Sorry, I've been not good with that, but they will be all posted within the next few days. And to get to my blog, you gotta check out my website, back-color.com. Alright, so I'm gonna cook our steak. Oh, beautiful sear on that.
One more question from Periscope. If you could cook for anyone, who would it be?
Just got a question from Periscope. If I could cook for anyone, who would it be? That is a tough one because I have a lot of people that I would love to cook for. I mean, I already cooked with Gourmet and Graham Elliott and Christina. But I would definitely probably want to cook for Thomas Keller. I'm a really big fan of his. Alright, so let's take a look at our steak. Oh, alright, that's good sear on the other side. Now what you want to do is just sear the rest of the sides. Just gonna put that down. And now a great tip, you want to use the lip of the pan, just kind of sear it off.
Have you ever made sushi?
No, I've actually never made sushi before. I want to learn how to make it, but I've never done it before. Okay, so here I'm going to turn the temps all the way low because I've done all the searing I need to and I don't want it to burn. So I'm going to add our butter in, and then our spring of garlic and thyme. And please be careful because the thyme is going to pop. And the reason why it pops is because it has a really high water content. Alright, so here I have the absolute biggest spoon I could find in my house, and the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to burn myself. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of baby that up. Thick. I'm just kind of give that a flip. And what this is going to do is going to add this extra flavor that you usually wouldn't get by just like barbecuing or grilling your steak.
Love your big kitchen, Chris says.
Love your big kitchen. Oh, this is the nice part. That's all I'm going to say because it's usually not the cleanest. Only reason why is because I cook a lot, but that's okay. But it's a nice kitchen. Alright. Turning the pan off, and then I'm going to grab it, and then I'm going to put it inside my dish pan. And the reason why I'm doing this is because you could cook it directly inside the oven with the pan, but there's two things that can happen. One, your pan is not oven-proof safe, but the second thing is, and this tends to happen to me every single time, that it gets burnt because it continues to eat while this, there's no oil, it's a straight-up glass-proof pan. Alright, I'm going to pop this baby in the oven not for too long because it's a really kind of thin piece of steak. So I'm going to start with about 2 minutes, and then I have a really cool trick for you guys. Here I have a thermometer, a meat thermometer, And I want you guys to type me the answer. What temperature is a perfect medium rare steak? What temperature is between? And after you guys see it, I'll let you know. Alright, but we're going to start plating our dish. Okay, I'll use it. Alright, so I have my beautiful plate. Another cool thing about it here, I have my mushroom puree. Now, this is where the plating gets kind of, not complicated, but it's very precise. Okay, so I'm going to take some of the puree and just brush it across the plate. A little bit more. Just a little bit more because the puree is so delicious.
An answer from you now, from Alex. 125 is my guess.
Alright, I just got a guess from Alex and you now. 125 is my guess.
And another one from Luke, 140 degrees.
I just got another one from Luke, 140 degrees. The correct answer to this was what Luke got, 140 degrees. It ranges between 130 to 35 to 40, depending on your steak. So, not that one right, sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my plate, and we're going to just grab our little carrots. And I actually forgot one thing. My little trusty stuff up, but that's okay. Alright, let's head on over, and we're going to grab potatoes and carrots. Oh, alright, I'll grab this one here. There we go. And I'm just going to grab these carrots. That is the timer of our steak, so that can be there for a few more seconds while I grab this. Now, I actually cut the carrots a little too small, but that's alright, because everything's shrinking. Alright, let's head on and check the temperature of our steak. Look at that. Alright, let's stick this baby in there. $94, $97. Now he wants to get between 130 and 140. Keep going. Come on, come on, come on. It's slowing down a bit, so I'll probably stick that in the oven for another few seconds. Alright, so that was about 120, but it was constantly rising just because of how hot the oven is. But let's do that for another 2 minutes, alright. And let's finish the rest of waiting. So here I have my fancy little tweezers, and our steak is going to go right there. And now what I'm going to do is just kind of carefully one by one place. So now, like I said, this is all you have to do. It's as tedious as this. Now, I'm going to try to rush it for you guys, but when I actually did it, it was very, very kind of, it took me about 10 minutes to play this, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to kind of rush and do this. There we go.
A question from you now. Did you marinate the steak or no?
I just got a question from you now. Did you marinate the steak or no? No, I didn't marinate the steak, but you could marinate the steak if you want any kind of spices or a mixture. And you know what? This is the best part about the kitchen. Experiment in the kitchen. Just get in there. Try different flavor combinations. And you know what? It's so much fun. Okay. So last. Almost there. Now usually the size of the potatoes is
Oh shoot, my
that's okay.
Hold on, my periscope's going.
Oh, we're just losing Periscope, so just give us 1 second. Still on now.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
we're still on.
Okay.
Alright, so let's head over and check our steak.
Still on?
Yeah. So you suggest not to marinate steaks?
I do not suggest to marinate the steak. You could marinate the steak, But I didn't do it this time because for some recipes you don't, some you do. I like to marinate my steak for a certain amount of recipes, but for this one I thought it would be better just simple salt and pepper. Alright, let's take a look on this thermometer for our steak.
I know. Sorry.
One sec, just having a little technical difficulties. It's really, really hard to film with two things going at once, but that's
I don't know what happened. I just quit. I don't know where you quit.
I can help them.
No, I'll start it again.
Sorry, one sec, just having difficulty with our Periscope.
I can come over.
No, I'm good.
Alright, so our steak is just a tad bit under, so I'm going to put that in for another minute.
It says connection's too poor. Why don't you come and help me?
On Instagram.
I don't know why the connection is so poor.
Sorry guys, having technical difficulty regarding our Periscope broadcast. I apologize for that.
Okay, here we go.
Getting that back actually right now. Here, let me.
Yeah. So.
Alright, one sec guys.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry about that guys, just having a Wi-Fi or I don't know what happens. I'm really sorry. It was just a Wi-Fi connection. Really poor. I have no clue why. Alright, so let's take a look on our steak. That's almost done. Alright, so I'm going to pop the thermometer back in. And last time it was just under 130, so I'll let that in for another minute. That's rising pretty quick, should be good. Just a little bit more. That's about a good 130, 131. There we go. And now, since I have the rest of my dish plating, and I can't really let the steak rest for about a good 10 minutes, so there will be some juices on the plate. But as soon as you cook your steak, you need to let it rest for 10 minutes because when you slice it into it, all the juices are going to run out. And if you plate it, there's going to be meat juices all over the plate, and no one wants that, so I apologize for that.
You need to talk louder.
Alright.
I don't know, Periscope doesn't work as well as you need.
Sorry, we're just having some difficulties with our Periscope. I do not know why. That's really, really weird. Alright, we're gonna... One sec, sorry about that. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's take a look at our steak.
Question from you now, what's your favorite cut of meat?
Question from you now, what's your favorite kind of cut of meat? My favorite kind of cut of meat, that's a tough one. I mean, everyone loves a filet mignon, but I definitely like a ribeye or filet mignon, any kind that has a really nice caramelization to it. Alright, so that's a good 136. That's a perfect medium rare filet. Alright, so I'm going to set that aside here. And you know, that's one of the perks of having a meat thermometer. You can use this for chicken to make sure that's cooked, anything you want. Okay, so that's going to cool, and I'm going to grab our plate. 1 sec.
Sammy Sweetheart says hi.
Alright, so there we go, look at that. Now, a bunch of the juices are going to run all over the plate, but that's okay. Alright, let's take a zoom in on that before it starts to leak everywhere. There you guys have it, a pan-seared steak with a mushroom puree, roasted potatoes and carrots, and this should be your New Year's resolution dish. It's so simple and delicious. Alright, and as usual, For once, I actually have to cut the protein. Yay! Oh, put that aside. Alright, just gonna slice into that. The moment of truth.
From you now, it looks so good.
Ooh, look at that, delicious.
See?
That's about a medium well, I would say. The meat thermometer was off, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm gonna slice into that. And just grab some of our puree and all that. A tiny little piece of potato. So delicious. For some reason, I always grab too big of a bite, but that's okay. And that, my friends, is so delicious. The beautifully cooked steak, so juicy, this beautiful earthiness with the mushroom puree. Roasted potatoes. There you have it. This should be your New Year's resolution dish. Get into the kitchen, start cooking. It's so much fun, and this is a great, simple recipe to start off with. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. Sorry about that.
When will your next live stream be? This is from you now.
Got a question from you now. When will your next live stream be? Every Wednesday now at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be having my Periscope and You Now broadcast, so please stay tuned and gotta definitely tune into them. I hope you guys can learn something from this because, you know, I have a great time doing this. I love cooking, and I especially love cooking, and hopefully you guys learn something from this.
Did you get to cook off camera to make your lunch on Masterchef?
Did you get to cook off camera to make your lunch with MasterChef? No, I don't think so, no. Is there any other questions?
Luke says, awesome, definitely will join you.
Thanks so much. Just got a statement from Luke. Thanks so much. We'll definitely join. Like I said, I love doing this for you guys, and I couldn't be more happy for all the support you guys are giving me. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, now You Now, and Periscope. So thanks so much. Is there any other questions?
Thanks for a great show, Zach, from You Now.
Got a statement from You Now. Thanks for a great show.
Lauren says, can't wait till the next live stream.
Lauren says, thanks. Can't wait for the next live stream. Oh yeah, you guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up this broadcast. YouTube. Check out YouTube for more.
YouTube.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys gotta check out my YouTube channel. Just type in Zach Cara, and you get these amazing videos. One, how to make a chocolate mousse in 10 minutes, believe it or not. And then I also posted some of my Periscope reruns in there in case you missed it. So, you know what? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Please follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and now You Now. Man, that was a lot.
Can you just restate that your account, because of the fake stuff, on Instagram?
Oh, yeah. And on one of my photos, I actually had someone writing that
on Instagram.
On one of my photos on Instagram, I had someone wrote that my account was a fan page when it's actually not. If you type in Zach, ZAC_KARA, Zach _Cara, the account will come up. You'll have my Masterchef kind of apron with the logo, and I will be posting another just kind of picture of my dish and stuff. So it's not a fake account. It's me. I'm trying to talk to you guys as much as I can. I'm getting a lot of private messages, and I'm trying my hardest to respond to as many as I can. So thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and You Now. Thanks again. Bye guys, and Happy New Year. Our technical usual.
I don't know how to stop.